Welcome to Paulstoolbox. Today we're going to cover a simple fix to a common problem that people have. Now, say for instance this door right here. I push it open all the way to go get my clothes from my washer and dryer. The door comes back. It's aggravating as heck. You have to block it off. Well, there's an easy fix to that, and it only takes a couple of minutes. You may have one that constantly swings open. It depends on how the frame is. The first thing you want to do is take a level and check to see if this frame is plumb. This is plumb right here. This is level. So if your frame is not plumb and it's leaning inward, this is going to want to swing this way. If it's leaning back, it's going to want to open up constantly. If you look closely at the bubble right here, you'll see it's touching the inside line right there. That means that this is out. In another video, I'm going to show how to take this frame out and repair it the right way. Because I'm going to go ahead and change my trim all the way around here, I'm going with a wider door casing. And since I'm going to have it off, I might as well fix my doors and get them just right. But right now, let's go ahead and address this. There's several ways to fix this, and I'm going to cover a couple of them right now. What we're going to do is just take this hinge off. And you don't have to take the hinge off. You can do it with the hinge in place, but I just want to show you a few different options. If you look in the bottom of this hinge, you'll see a little hole, and this is a pin that pops in there. You can take this pin and pop it out with a hammer and a nail set or a large nail. 16-penny common nail will do it. You just tap it, or a small Phillips screwdriver. You can tap it up and pull this pin out. Some hinges don't have a hole on the bottom. It has a cap here and a cap here. Some of them are one solid piece that doesn't come off, so you'll have to take the whole hinge off and probably replace it. But this right here is a chisel, and if you don't have a hole in the bottom, or if you can't get something in there, you'll take this and tap it up with the edge part of your chisel and pull it out. You see the little wire on there? It's so thin. So it can go into this. Don't try to use something large like a paper clip. Just take this, push it down in there, and bend the top down. Once you get it in there, you can hold the top and tap it in with a hammer. Now that you have that, it will stay intact. You see how much tighter it is in there? It doesn't come out as easy because you have that piece in there. But you pull that out. If you take and you move your door back and forth a lot of times over the years, this will disintegrate or break loose and stop working. But it is a good little fix if you don't want to go through a lot of other motions. You just want to pull it out, stick this in here, and tap it down. If it does not work when you did one and you put a couple of pieces in it, grab another hinge and do the same thing on the bottom and top. You'll want to start with the middle hinge because you have a hinge up top and bottom. If you only have two hinges, you want to start with the bottom one because the top will help you keep the door stable. If you take the bottom one loose, the top of the door is going to want to fall, and it's harder to push that hinge together on there to get your piece in, especially if you have a solid core door. This is a real light door and it's easy to work with. This is a handy little tool. It's made by Rockwell. It's a jaw stand. This swivels back and forth. I use this as a feed table for my saw. I'll take my table saw and have a long piece of wood that I'm running through, and this will catch it. I can adjust it to any height, or not any height, but adjust it to several different heights. And right here, I can take this and put it on my door and keep it in place. It also comes in handy when I'm doing butt hinges on my doors. I can take and lay it down on its side, and this will keep it in place so I can cut my butt hinges. So that's it. This will hold it right in position, and I don't have to worry about it flopping all over. You don't want to mangle this up, you just want to bend it some. We'll hit it right in the middle. And that gives a little turn to it. If you have too much of a bend and you can't get it in there, you turn it the other way and you can tap it back and straighten it out. That's all there is to it. So we'll bend this, get our bend right where we want it. Well, that was simple. Now all I'm going to do is take my hinge, put it together, pop this in place. It just makes it a little tighter. Now we'll make sure our hinge is right side up, and we'll put it back in place. Well, this was a simple fix. It only takes a couple of minutes. Now you can take the top hinge and the bottom hinge. You have 3 of them to play with if this doesn't stay in the right position. If it still comes closed, hit this one or that one. And like I said, you have all 3 to bend to get it to stop. This is a hollow core door, very simple to hold this in one position. If you have a solid core door, you will have to take and do a few of the hinges, I'm sure, because there's a lot more weight on there. And it depends on how far this is out, too. Now, I've taken solid core doors and bent 2 or 3 of these little pins, and they hold just where I want them to hold. You have to play with it a little bit. No big deal. The other way is to take this frame out and do it the right way. And like I said, we'll be addressing that on another video. Well, that's it for now. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out paulstoolbox.com for all my archive videos. I'm adding a Facebook page real soon, so we'll have some interaction with guys and girls that do their own projects, and we'll have some giveaways with that. Make sure to drop a comment on me. If you found this useful, hit like, and I'll see you guys on the next project.